Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 9th, 2025 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my websites, danehartguidedmessages.com or daneharttarot.com. They both work, and I look forward to reading for you. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Cancer, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show them clearly. Guide this reading and show them clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show them clearly. Fantastic. Okay, so I have to say that with this full moon in Aquarius, linked with the Lion's Gate, there's a lot of change on the horizon. And there can be this antsiness, this frustration that's around during this time where it's like, I know that things are supposed to be changing. Like, I know I'm supposed to be in a better place, moving forward in a more productive, more powerful, more in alignment way with my soul's purpose here. And why aren't I there yet? So that just needs to be addressed, because that is the general frustration I'm getting at this time during this moon, during all this, power of manifestation, this powerful, abundant time that we're stepping into. Now, at the heart of it all for us is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I love this card. I think it's so pretty. Can you see that? Okay. But the Seven of Cups is kind of being spoiled for choice, but also the sense of like, okay, where do I turn to first? Like, what about this? What about that? What about here? What about there? So there's this chaotic energy around us, focused around everything that we love, like everything that we want, every hope and dream and wish and idea that we have. And it moves us then to the challenge, which is the High Priestess. Now, the challenge of the High Priestess coming forward for us, especially Cancer, is to let the veil be lifted from our eyes, and let ourselves see truly. And why that is a challenge for us in particular is because we are so sensitive to the world around us. It's part of a water sign energy. It's a trait. It's a gift, but it sometimes feels like a curse. And so when we let ourselves feel with our heart, with the knowing, with the deeper understanding, very much embracing the kind of like Oracle of Delphi energy of deeper understanding moving forward without necessarily having to be as crystal clear as we want it to be, it can lead to anxiety, doubt, or fear, or the sense of like, how do I trust myself? And so here, as we're letting ourselves move forward intuitively, we are trusting the deeper guidance. We need to trust the deeper guidance of spirit within us, and the power of intuitive knowing, okay? And as we do that, the area we need to focus on is the Two of Cups, the healing, beautiful love that comes in, the new understanding, the sense of healing old wounds that have held us back before, or that have made us doubt our true sight, because we could have seen something, right? Seen something, said something, and people mocked us, right? People didn't understand. They didn't understand our imaginary friend, or they didn't understand that we saw grandpa after he passed, or they didn't understand, right? And we got diminished. And so here we are healing from a diminishment that we went through, or the fact that we were just highly sensitive and the world wasn't quite ready. You know, we got bullied at school, or people mocked us, or our family teased us for crying too easily. And it moves us then to the energy that we're leaving behind, and it's the devil. You know, it is the ego-driven world that we are sitting there and saying, I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't see you. I don't really understand you. This is also Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. And this can just be very like workaholic, gotta get this done, gotta move this forward. We can also be separating ourselves from a Capricorn, some of us will be, but there's this sense of like, I need to prove me. And this time isn't about proving ourselves. This time is about reconnecting with ourselves and finding ourselves and gaining that deeper understanding of our truth and well-being. And it moves us then to our strength, and it's the Two of Wands. It's that doors are opening, and we're able to see new pathways open up, or new ideas open up, and be like, but what about this? And look at that. And I forgot that about myself, you know, somewhere along this way. The repeat here of the number 2 3 times. So that is Spirit saying that this is a time of creativity and healing. It's also of connectivity, coming together with our soul self, with our purpose, with what we desire. And it moves us then to our near future. And that's the Five of Wands, which isn't necessarily what we want to see, because the Five of Wands is like, okay, there's going to be chaos, right? The Five of Wands is chaos for the sake of chaos. But it's also going to be us calling out chaos for its sake. You know, us sitting there and saying, no, I'm not being dragged into your pettiness and your squabbling and your, you know, disharmony. And it brings us then to the advice, and that's the King of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it brings us to this place of knowing, you know, the sense of I am clearing my mind. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Gemini, if you have air sign energy in your chart, this part of your personality will come out fiercely. You can be very, very logical. But the advice for this time is to let the logic and the heart come forward. It isn't saying, oh, this is science, right? Because I sometimes get annoyed at that when spiritual people sit there and say, well, this is just science. And maybe people don't have that same feeling as I do. But like science can be science. But the spiritual connection to the universe can be our soul's connection with the universe without us having to throw around the word science as if it is the all-knowing God of everything. So here, with the King of Swords coming forward, do not try to logic everything to the nth degree. The advice is going to be to connect with your voice, connect with the inner knowing, and have the head and the heart talk to each other in openness and in honesty. Because it brings us then to the environment, and that is the Knight of Pentacles. We are moving forward slowly and steadily. Can it be maddening? Yes, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. We want things to move quickly. We want that instant gratification. We are human. We enjoy this. But the Knight of Pentacles is that slow, steady movement forward, and it's building something quite spectacular. And as we do so, it brings us to our hopes and our fears. The Nine of Pentacles. We hope to be successful, right? As you know, most human beings do. But we fear that we will always be caught, you know, in the past or in the future and never measuring up. Be in the here and the now. See yourself as prosperous, successful, and bountiful, and move forward in, I want to say, like, move forward in your dreams. That's what Spirit is saying to me. It's a sense of move forward in the passion that you have and let yourself shine and stop apologizing. And it brings us then to the outcome, which is the King of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We are in Leo time period, and we are embracing our passion, our fire, our determination. We can be born on the cusp with Leo, right? And we can let that fire shine within us. We have two kings moving us forward. The king of the voice, the king of air. Air feeds fire, right? So we can have things get a little bit out of hand during this time, a little bit too spicy, too intense. We can have a bit of a temper come forward, which isn't always what we like. That isn't where our heart feels the most, you know, settled, especially if our Venus is in Cancer. We like things to be very calm, very soothing, very, very gentle, right? And this is going to be a time where we see ourselves making waves, and we're not going to be sorry about it. It's like, I need to make waves in order to get to the place I want to be. I don't want it to take forever and ever and ever and never see the real fruits of my labors move forward. I want my passion now. And don't apologize for it, embrace it. It moves us to, but I mean, of course, always move forward in love and in harmony, do no harm, walk gently on this earth, that's going to be very important as well. So let's see what the moon has to say, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. We have self-love coming forward, which is so important during this time. Meditate and contemplate. So let the love of your heart come forward and quiet the world and center yourself. It moves us then to creation. Adjustments are required in order to create what we want. In order to calibrate ourselves correctly, we are going to need to make certain adjustments here and kind of call certain things out that we don't want anymore or no longer fit us, no longer align with what we desire. Resistance. People have tried to squash us. Life has tried to squash us, but we have been resilient. We have been resistant to hurt. We've still come back. Hold to your vision. You have come so far. Do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on you. It brings us then to our spirit message, angels and spirit guides. It's the heron. And it says, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Let yourself be uniquely and powerfully you. With a strong Cancer in your life, right? With this energy in your life, it means that you need to walk more gently in this world than others do. And you might not always be understood. But as long as you are true to you, you will go far. You will see yourself soar in new directions. It brings us then to the chakra energy, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. And this is flexibility. This is the sacral chakra. And it's letting yourself be flexible of spirit, of mind, of body. The movement of the body is going to be very important for you. And it is letting yourself embrace new ideas and, not stay to old conventions. It brings us then to the energy to be mindful of during this moon. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And that's the Queen of Cups. The heart will get in the way, okay? And we will have a tendency to get in the way, all right? A bit of anger, of frustration, of doubts, of fears, but also emotional manipulation can come forward during this time and be like, do I even know what it is that I want? And the answer is, yes, you do. Do not let people talk you out of your dreams. It brings us then to the subconscious spirit message, which is the meadowlark. It's a smile. You will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. And you are going to see yourself embracing a path that you hadn't seen yourself walking for some time, right? You kind of didn't see that dream, didn't know that this was still an option. And now you're coming back to yourself in the most beautiful way. And it moves us to our subconscious chakra message. And this is life purpose. Nothing small, right? This is the throat chakra. We speak our purpose. We are embracing our truth and what we desire and who it is that we are. And so the life purpose comes forward. It's going to be in things that we say. We're going to find that there is a synchronicity around us during this time that's leading us in a very specific direction. And that is towards our purpose. That is embracing our throat chakra, embracing our voice, embracing our King of Swords, and seeing that door open. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of subconsciously. It is that we are transforming. We're not the same people that we were. And that is okay. We are transforming. We are seeing things in a new light, in a new way. But we're also resistant to that because we're human beings. We like, the patterns and comfort and what we're familiar with. Even if we don't like what we're familiar with, it's like, no, but it's like the devil type of thing. It moves us then to the subconscious tarot message, which is the Seven of Wands. And here you have him bending bars. And what we're going to see is that we're tired of fighting, right? We're tired of always having to defend who it is that we are. And we're breaking out of a shell, but what felt like a cage for too long. And we're setting ourselves free. It moves us then to pleasure, our subconscious message from the moon. As we embrace pleasure, we are bold and make the first move in our life and in our joy and in what we want to discover for ourselves. We're seeing ourselves step out of a convention that we were told we should walk in and step into a dream that we doubted could come true. A joy that we've always felt in our hearts. And now we start to bring it forward. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed moon and a blessed life. Bye.